Because who else threw they Campbell's chicken soup in the trash? I know I did.
So it appears that some found out yesterday, but a lot of us found out today. When it comes to Campbell's soup, we are not buying that shit. I mean, if you think about it, we really don't have a choice, especially if it's coming from their vice president.
And on another note, fuck Campbell soup. Here's the thing. If they say that and they putting like 3D printer food, 3D printer meats in their shit, fuck that. Stop that. Somebody made a good point too about McDonald's and all these goddamn meat chains, these hamburger chains. You producing a whole lot of hamburgers. What does that meat look like? Now that I know that they are 3D printing meat, chicken and shit, fuck that. Say less. Stop going. Keep your money in your pocket. If you have to eat apples and oranges, wash them shits. But if you have to eat that shit till you figure it out, stop eating these processed foods. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about us.
And for real, who was out here just eating Campbell soup from the get-go? I know dagger where that soup won't right. That soup literally have 985 milligrams, micrograms of sodium, and y'all sitting here eating that stuff. I don't think I never just went to the store and just thought out to buy Campbell's. Who the freak is eating that stuff? Please tell me my people ain't eating that. Please let them other folks at least be tricked by something. Lord, we cannot just be out here just eating Campbell's soup. Your grandma ain't never taught you how to make nothing. For the love of God, please tell us we're not the one that's victims of this. So come on, let them be a victim of something sometimes. Lord Jesus.
You guys, I'm honestly disgusted and shocked. And in that recording, he boldly said that he doesn't eat the food that the company sells, that their soup is basically food for poor people. He even mentioned things like bioengineered or 3D printed meat being used. Now, listen, if the VP of the company himself is saying this, then we have every reason to take this seriously and cancel anything that doesn't respect us. And please don't let anybody gaslight you by saying the recording is fake or that is not a big deal, because when someone inside a company talks like that behind closed doors, that's exactly how they really feel. This is why we need to be very careful about what we eat and who we trust, because clearly not everyone actually cares about the people they are selling food to. So guys, let's get into the video, what happened and what people are saying and why this has everybody angry right now.
And on another note, fuck Campbell soup. Here's the thing. If they say that and they putting like 3D printer food, 3D printer meats in their shit, fuck that. Stop that. Somebody made a good point too about McDonald's and all these goddamn meat chains, these hamburger chains. You producing a whole lot of hamburgers. What does that meat look like? Now that I know that they are 3D printing meat, chicken and shit, fuck that. Say less. Stop going. Keep your money in your pocket. If you have to eat apples and oranges, wash them shits. But if you have to eat that shit till you figure it out, stop eating these processed foods. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about us. I'm so sick of this shit, and I'm glad it's all being exposed. If you are 3D printing chicken, you can have all that shit. They don't give a fuck about us. Don't tell them what else is in that shit. The preservatives, all this stuff. Look, honey, look, this is a time. Let me just add a little something. This is a time while we shutting down, like while we ain't doing shit from November 25th to December 2nd, take that time and do a couple of things. Be still. Eat basic shit. Explore some shit. Learn some shit. And download them Epstein files and see all them motherfuckers in there too. But with this food shit, tell me you don't give a fuck about me without telling me you don't give a fuck about me if you 3D printing chicken and beef. I don't do processed foods. Very minimum. I eat some, but now it's like, we have to stop. Because they don't care. I promise you, I think they trying to make it so that we not breathing. Because this shit here, I'm like, I don't even know how to make cream of mushroom soup, but I'm going to figure that shit out. How to make that shit from scratch. Fuck them. who are you to think that 3D printed chicken is okay with me? Take this time to slow down and really think about what's going on around us. Let's be still. Go inside of yourself. What does your soul say? And that's where I am. I'm just slowing down, because that was the most disappointing news that I had in a long time. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when you think about these companies that are staples in our life, and then it's exposed that they doing some shit that's really gonna fuck us up, what does that even look like? 3D printed chicken. What does that even look like? That sound like it's gonna cause cancer and we ain't gonna find out about it for another fucking 30 years. They don't give a fuck about us. I am boycotting every motherfucking thing. I'm exhausted by the disrespect, and they monetizing this. And this is the street that I'm walking down from now fucking on, because it's gotta make sense. And none of this shit makes sense. 3D printed fucking chicken. Make sure you buy chicken with the motherfucking bones in them. Because this shit here and all these major chains, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, I'm going to say something that's going to sound racist, and I don't mean it this way. But I have gone to some Chinese restaurants, some local Chinese restaurant, and you get someone a chicken and it don't chew right, trust that. I don't know what that is. I don't care what it is, but I'm not going to put it in my body. It's the same thing here. When one of the executives at Campbell Soup saying he don't eat that shit, bitch, I don't eat that shit either. My family deserves better than that shit, not to mention the preservatives and all the other fuck shit that's in these processed foods. Like, we have to know if it's so many ingredients in it that we don't understand. I don't know what this shit is. The ingredient list is like this, and it's all like chemicals. No, boo. We ain't doing this. We can't keep doing this. We have to do better by ourselves. Get those books that show you how to heal yourself without medicine, like the herbs and shit. Like, you know, like old people used to have this thing with the jars with the garlic and the herb and the garlics and the onions, and then had like the honey in it, things like that. Look, we have to go backwards. We have to go we have to go back to, like, to nature, natural healing, because between these fucking people that's making our food in this healthcare industry, we are getting fucked. And I'm trying to live long. My goal, I always say, I'm going to live to be 100 years old. I don't know why my phone keep doing this thing. But look, my goal has always been I'm going to live to be 100. And I mean that shit. I'm relatively healthy. I don't eat a lot of processed food. Potato chips is my downfall, though. I don't eat a lot of processed food besides that. And potato chips are probably one of the most processed foods out here on the market. But we have to be more mindful in this season. While we shutting down, learn something, read something. Don't just be still. Don't spend your money, but also learn something in this season. Expose yourself to something. Learn something and share it. All right, that's all I got.
You know, Black Americans, a lot of people made fun of me when I said I wanted to become a farmer and I wanted to become Farmer John. Well, let me point something out to you. You've had radioactive shrimp. We're about to get beef from Argentina that's known to spread hand, foot, and mouth virus. And then on top of that, one of the leadership people at Campbell Soup was caught on a hot mic talking about how their product is meant for poor people, about how the meat is 3D printed, and that he doesn't want to eat it now that he knows what's in it. You know, I told y'all, get together with your family members, the ones that you're actually cool with, raise your credit scores, and co-sign on a farm property. A lot of people made fun of me with it when it came to that. Raising pigs, beef, raising sheep, and goats. Well, enjoy your radioactive shrimp, your hand, foot, and mouth virus, and your product that's meant for poor people.
Even in can of soup, I look at me, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
I don't understand why executives at Campbell's, their lawyers, some risk mitigation team didn't pay whatever they needed to pay to make sure that nobody ever heard this recording of a Campbell VP saying how disgusting their products are and how they're for poor people and how the meat is genetically engineered, printed, 3D printed slop. I just don't understand. The stock went down 3% today. I would be interested to see what that number looks like tomorrow morning when the markets open. This is the kind of PR nightmare that I would assume would be allotted millions in settlement money. Of course, yeah, disgusting, gross, don't eat Campbell's. Like, duh, if the people who work at corporate won't eat the product, you shouldn't eat the product. I'm now more curious how the corporate overlords let this one slip through the cracks. That shit is crazy. He said it's for poor people. It's like cartoonishly evil. You can't write this shit.
So it appears that some found out yesterday, but a lot of us found out today. When it comes to Campbell soup, we are not buying that shit. I mean, if you think about it, we really don't have a choice, especially if it's coming from their vice president.
We have that's for poor people. Who buys our I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
So that man, the vice president, Martin Bailey or Bally, was meeting with an employee. And that employee recorded him saying that shit. They were supposed to be discussing the employee's salary. But anyway, the employee took it to his supervisor. They wound up firing him, the employee. So that employee blasted that video and he's suing Campbell's. Of course, Campbell is saying this is not true and he doesn't know what he's talking about because he works in the IT department area. But here's the thing. He's the vice president. And he also made racial comments about people. I don't care what anyone says. That man knows what's going on in that damn company. And I ain't buying shit ups from Campbell, and I suggest you do the same. My poor ass will get some soup from some damn where else. I'm sure I'll have more news to talk about.
It's over for that boy. He shouldn't have ran this mouth. We about to get pissy. Campbell's chicken noodle soup vice president got caught saying it is bioengineered 3D printed chicken in those cans. He, his family, or children would never eat it, and it's strictly for poor people.
For poor people. Who buys our shit? Don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at me, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You don't know the they couldn't think for the themselves. I'm like, you dumb
Yeah, we about to get rich. If you ever ate a can in your life, you a part of this class action suit. Now there's already a retaliation and employee discrimination suit. Them people are about to lose close to $700 million for speaking loosely against underpaid people. Soon as they release the class action form online, I'm signing up and I'm sharing it with y'all so y'all can sign up and we could get that stimulus.
The Campbell Soup VP was recorded saying crazy things about the company. He literally was saying not only poor people buy that soup, and he doesn't eat it because it's nasty. He also said that there's bioengineered meat in it, like 3D printed meat inside the soup, and said that it's not healthy. And it really just is so amazing to see all of this happen because it's like, oh, well, you're just giving the consumer a reason to not buy your product because you actually don't even believe in your product. Yeah, you're the VP for this company, but like actually you are telling the public pretty much that the soup is poison. And obviously he probably didn't know he was being recorded, you know? But either way, that's how you genuinely feel about Campbell Soup as the VP of the company. And then knowing that and knowing it's not healthy and knowing that the meat is engineered in a lab and 3D printed, but then to still like be the VP of the company. It's like you're just the VP because you want the money, but you don't actually care how it affects people, how it's unhealthy for people, and then literally was calling the consumer of Campbell's soup poor. He was like, I don't buy our product because it's for poor people, pretty much is what he was saying. And it's like, oh, so you don't believe in your own product for your company, and you think that it's unhealthy, and you think that it's kind of toxic because there's 3D printed meat in it, and you also don't buy it because you believe that it's just for poor people, who then you're basically saying don't deserve to have anything healthy because they're poor. And so you don't care how the company is actually affecting anyone's health. Because again, your company and your product is meant for poor people. Like, do you see how that's all realistically the craziest thing ever? Like, that's actually insane. And so obviously something's probably going to happen from this. But my thing is that just proves that maybe people don't need to be eating your product. Like, and that's just going to be bad for your company. Insane.
Please do well to read your labels, do your research, and don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking this isn't serious. Your health is your responsibility, and clearly, these companies are not looking out for you. They are looking out for profit. So you better look out for yourself and be careful what you consume. Anyway, guys, that's all from me today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this. And please do well to like this video, share to people that needs to see it, and also subscribe to support the channel if you haven't. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.